Okay. I think they're synced up. I think I did that right. We'll see. Hello, I'm Jacob from The Long Road. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about Pokemon Legends ZA, my predictions, and also my predictions for the next Pokemon Legends games. I think I'm onto something here. Let me know in the comments how crazy I sound or how fucking outlandish this is. Yeah, let's get into it. So, right here we have, the Generation 2 starters, Chikorita, Totodile, Cyndaquil, Gen 4 starters, Gen 5, Gen 6, and Gen 7. So, my theory, let's pull up the next thing. Yep, so Gen 2 starters, Gen 4. So, the generational starters that we've been given in these Legend games so far, now there's only been 2 of them, but we've been given in the first one Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Rowlet. Those have taken place in the Generation 4 region of Sinnoh or Hisui. So this is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Those are the ones that we've gotten, and those starters were not from that region's, like where that region or where that game takes place. The region that game takes place is in starters. Those starters have been made available in the wild. So, let's see. We have, hold on a second. We have Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's in Hisui. It's the old Sinnoh region. The final evolutions of the starters got new forms. They got Hisuian forms. We have 3 different starters from a different region that's not native to Sinnoh or Hisui. The original Sinnoh starters did not get new forms, regional forms, because they're from that region. I mean, whatever it may be. Let's see. Brought new regional forms to other Pokemon not found in Sinnoh. So, like, we have Hisuian Braviary. We have Hisuian Zorua and Zoroark. Stuff like that. The box art legendaries got new origin forms. Dialga and Palkia. Giratina did not. He already had an origin form, so there's no need to give him another one. Okay. So, for Pokemon Legends ZA, we have 2 starters from Gen 2, from the Johto region. We have Cyndaquil and Totodile, and 1 starter from Gen 5, which is in Tepig. So what we know, oops, those aren't supposed to be popped up yet. Ignore that for now. We'll get to that later. Pokemon Legends ZA. It's a fact. It's in Kalos. It's only in the Lumiose City. One of my predictions is that the final evolutions will get new forms. Whether that is... I think it is 50% chance that they get regional forms, 50% chance they get megas. I was like super gung-ho on them getting regional forms and not megas. But I'll get to that in a second on why I kind of changed my mind on that. So it is indeed a fact that 2 of the 3 starters are from the same region, but not all of them, like none of them are native to Kalos. So we have the 2 Johto starters, Cyndaquil. I don't know why I'm pointing like you can see. Cyndaquil and, not Cyndaquil, Jesus Christ. Totodile and Chikorita from the Johto region, whereas Tepig is from the Unova region. So none of them are from Kalos. One of my predictions is, so I feel like clearly you're going to have the Gen 6 starters like Froakie, Fennekin, and Chespin be available to catch just like the Gen 4 starters were in Hisui. I don't think they're going to give them megas. I feel like I see everybody saying that they're going to get megas or the other starters are going to get megas, one or the other. Greninja has an ability called Battle Bond. Not something you can just get. There was a specific Greninja given out. But as we see in, say, take for example, Blaziken that you got in Pokemon X and Y. You got a Blaziken that was holding a Blazikenite, Mega Stone for Blaziken, before we knew that there was going to be Mega Forms for Sceptile and Swampert. So I think what they're going to do, Greninja has a Mega-ish type of form from an ability. I don't think they're going to give all 3 megas. Greninja still have Battle Bond. I think they're just going to give the other 2 starters Battle Bond as an ability. I'd say that's like 70% likely that they would do something like that. I'm not like a mathematician or anything. These are just my percentages on how likely I see my predictions going. That's all it is. I would say 20% chance they don't give them anything, which would kind of suck. But I don't know. I don't see that going that way. I'd say there's like a 10% chance they give them megas. I don't think they would give them megas. Like I said, Greninja has Battle Bond already, so why not just give the other 2 Battle Bond? I mean, shit. Battle Bond, like Ash Greninja, he gets a stat increase of 110, which is 10 more stat points higher than what a Mega Evolution gives you. Fuck. Give him Battle Bonds. Give him all Battle Bonds. Have him with other fucking trainers. Fennekin or... what the fuck is Fennekin's last evolution? Delphox. Delphox can be a Battle Bond with Serena. This is like... Pokemon Legends ZA... I don't think they've given us like an exact time frame of when this is taking place in relation to like Pokemon X and Y. I know it's not in the past. It's in the future. It's more futuristic than what X and Y is. I don't think it's like 100 years in the future, 50 years in the future. I think it's probably like 5, maybe 10 years in the future. There you go. I mean, I don't know what you do for Chespin. Give it to... I don't know, Sycamore. I don't really think there was like another Torino or whatever that kind of bigger dude's name was that used like the Blastoise or whatever in the anime. I don't know. You could do something like that. Honestly, you could do anything. So another prediction I have: no new regional forms. I don't think they're going to give regional forms out like they did in Pokemon Legends Arceus. But instead, I think since they're bringing back Megas, I think they're going to do new Mega forms. If they don't, they will be hunted down by the Pokemon community because everybody is expecting new Megas. Every time you've introduced Megas, you've got new Megas. You got Megas introduced in Pokemon X and Y, the original one. Obviously, introduced new Megas. ORAS, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, new Megas. They were in Let's Go. I think they were in Sun and Moon. I'm not 100% sure. They didn't bring any new Megas, but they weren't like the core focus of those regions, like of those games. You got to introduce new Megas. I'd say it's like a 99% chance they bring in new Megas. I don't want to say 100% because Pokemon Company can do whatever the fuck they like. They've already showed us that. I'd say it's like a 5% chance that they do new regional forms. And that's what I was talking about with the starters. I was like, yeah, starters are going to get regional forms just like Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yada, 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 yada. But when I got down here, I'm like, okay, I don't think they're going to do regional forms. It's only like 5 or 10 years in the future. It's not enough time for natural evolution or adaptation of an environment for like a species of Pokemon. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the Pokemon Company. You know, they could do whatever they want. But I would say I don't think that's enough time for a Pokemon to adapt to their environment and give them a completely new type, a completely new like type of form, you know? So I want to say like a 5% chance that they do other regional forms. Maybe give them to the starters and none else and have a whole bunch of new Megas. That's why I was saying maybe give... The only problem with this is if you give Tepig, Chikorita, and Totodile Megas, they're going to have a clear advantage over Tepig, over Snivy and Oshawott. Chikorita and Totodile over Cyndaquil. He only got a new form. I don't think his stat total changed. I think he just rearranged. I don't know 100%. But still, that's why I don't know. They could do Megas. I would prefer them to do regional forms, but they could do whatever they want. The next prediction, the box art legendaries will get new forms, whether that's origin form, primal form, like in Groudon and Kyogre's situation. Or fuck it, give him megas. Might as well. Like, that'd be kind of crazy. Mega Yveltal, Mega Xerneas. That'd be dope. I think Zygarde is going to get a 25%, a 75%, and a 200% form. So hear me out. He's already got a 10% form, which is like the dog, the 50% form, which is like the snake, and the 100% form, which is just a straight up dude, right? So altogether, I think you'd have a 10, 25, 50, 75%, 100, and 200% forms for him. Maybe make the 200% a mega form, where instead of like a mega stone, you have to have so many Zygarde cells attached, or you give him the Zygarde cube with so many Zygarde cells in it, and he can go to a 200% form, but only during battle, which is just like a mega. So I think the reason for these forms, at first I was going to say to traverse through the region, but you're only in Lumio City. What are you going to need a new form of ride Pokemon to traverse through the city for? We seen dude fucking floating across the building tops with his Rotom phone. We've seen they have teleporters and shit to get you from ground floor all the way to the top of a building. You don't really need that. But say they include these forms because maybe Zygarde comes to you and is like, hey man, there's this new, insert legendary here, whatever the A is in Legends ZA. There's a new A legendary. He needs your help because this A legendary is in, what's the Prism Tower? Is that the big like Eiffel Tower thing in Lumio City? He's underneath there, and the evil people are feeding him light, feeding him energy, building him up stronger. Zygarde knows about it, needs your help. You're going to help him, and he's going to slowly grow with you as you traverse through the game. Now, you're only in Lumio City, so you're not going to have gym badges. Maybe you'll get one gym badge from like Clement or whoever is running the Lumio City gym as like a key item. Just be like, yeah, it was a challenge I surpassed. I got this gym badge. But you're not going to be going to other cities, so you're probably not going to be getting gym badges. It's probably not going to be like the milestone kind of thing for this game. So maybe it's split up into 6 sections. That's the milestones. Is Zygarde's with you, and he evolves kind of with you on your journey through Lumio City, doing whatever the fuck you're doing in the game. Starts out 10%. Maybe he starts out as a cell. You get more cells. We know the cells talk. I mean, they talked in the anime at least. Take that with a grain of salt. Get some more cells. 10%, 25%, 50, 75, 100, 200% for the last boss battle, right? Oh, excuse me. With the said A legendary, whatever it is. That's my predictions for Legends ZA. Now, I wanted to talk about something else as well. Future Legends games. What I think that they're going to do, because I've hypothesized something, and I think I'm onto something here. So, the remaining Pokemon out of these 3 groups of starters that they have not used yet. It's going to be Snivy from Gen 5, Poplio, and Litten from Gen 7. Now, say you want to do a region that hasn't been featured yet. So not Gen 4, not Gen 6. Obviously, you're not going to do the Gen 2, Gen 5, or Gen 7 region because you're pulling starters from those regions, right? Gen 1, Kanto. So it'd be like Pokemon Legends Kanto, Pokemon Legends Mew. I don't think it's likely. I don't think they're going to do that. Mewtwo already has a Mega form. The birds already have regional forms, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Also, Kanto has been featured in a game 5 fucking times now. We've been in Kanto 5 times. You have the original games. You have Gold and Silver, where you play. You go back to the Kanto region. That's Gen 1, Gen 2. Gen 3, you have Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Then you also have the Kanto remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green. Gen 4, you have Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. But you also have, guess what? The Gen 2 remakes, where you go back to Kanto. You have, what was the other one? Gen 7. You have Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Guess what? You're in Kanto. How many times are they going to do it? Honestly, they could do it as many times as they want. It's the original game. I mean, fuck it. I just don't think it's likely. Pokemon Legends, the Gen 3 region, Hoenn, Pokemon Legends Emerald, Pokemon Legends Deoxys, whatever you want to call it. Not likely either, I don't think, in my opinion. Box art legendaries already have megas and or / primal forms. With Pokemon Legends Arceus, they gave Dialga and Palkia origin forms. This one, I think they're going to give them origin forms, mega forms, whatever. I think that's kind of what they're going for. I'm not saying that means that they can't do Hoenn as the region next. Just don't think it's likely. Plus, since Gen 3, you've already introduced 3 new Regis. Why go back and introduce more if that's what you want to do? Why? I mean, you could have one for every type, I suppose. But not likely. Gen 5, Pokemon Legends Unova, Brother War, Original Dragon, whatever you want to call it. I want to see this one the most. You have the original dragon from Unova, which was Kyurem, Zekrom, and Reshiram. They were all one dragon. That would be dope. You could do that. You could have maybe the original form of Genesect. So Genesect is a man-made Pokemon, but not like Mewtwo, where he's completely man-made. It's the DNA of whatever he was originally 300 million years ago when the original form of Genesect lived, and they just threw armor on him, gave him the Douse Drive, Thunder Drive, whatever the fuck it is. You could also give the Swords of Justice some more love. They're kind of shit. That's also why they gave him new forms. Nobody really likes them. I mean, if you like them, hey, that's all you. I don't necessarily hate them. Just think they could use a little bit more love. Spruce them up a little bit. Whatever it is. Fuck it. Throw in another genie there. Pokemon Legends Arceus, you've got Enamorus, whatever the fuck his name is, the fairy genie. Fuck it. Throw in a couple more. There you go. Pokemon Legends Unova, whatever it is. Although, I would like to see that happen. Still don't think that's going to happen. As well as Gen 8, like Galar, Gen 9, Paldea. I think it's too soon. In my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, if you wanted to, and you wanted to take into consideration gen regions that you've already pulled from, I think it's very, very possible. As a matter of fact, I'm placing my bet on predicting the next Legends game is going to be Pokemon Legends Johto, or the Generation 2 games. I think it's the most likely. Excuse me. Think about it. They've used all of the Gen 2 starters at this point. Why throw both of the remaining Gen 2 starters in Pokemon Legends ZA and not split it up how they did before? What would be their reasoning? Because the next Legends game, we're going to Johto. So then you have Snivy, Popplio, and Linton there. Because you're going to be able to find these guys in the wild. Johto has a very rich history tied to it. With the Burned Tower, the history is there to do what you want with it. You could definitely do a Legends game, and it would be amazing. Johto's a great region. Give Ho-Oh and Lugia origin or primal forms. Fuck it, give Celebi a Mega. That'd be dope. As a matter of fact, use Mega Celebi in the post game, go further back in time, and catch the Paradox forms for Raikou, Suicune, and Entei. There you go. Post game part 2. Fuck it, we were just talking about it earlier. Go back to Kanto. Might as well. 2 Legend games in one. Everybody's been asking for multiple regions in one game since you did it originally. And also, guess what? Takes place around the time Burned Tower burns down. My prediction of when it would take place, right? 150 years ago from present time, which is when Burn Tower burned down. Hey, look at this. 150 years ago. When does Pokemon Legends Arceus take place? 150 years ago. Is it confirmed? Do I have intel that I'm not talking about? Leaks? I ain't seen nothing. Do I have insider knowledge in Pokemon? The Pokemon Company? Game Freak? We don't know. We'll never know. Am I psychic? Shit, maybe. I'm calling it right now. That's what they're going to do. I'd put money on it. Honestly, the information's there. Look, 150 years ago, 150 years ago. You already used all of the Gen 2 starters now. Fuck it. Have them in the wild. Use one Gen 5 starter in Snivy and the other two missing Gen 7 starters. Popplio and Litten. There's your starter trio. God damn, I'm good. Guarantee you that's what they're doing. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment. Let me know down in the comments. Thanks. Have a great day.